And IP protection, IP is an asset, is an investment. It is not the cost to business. IP-intensive sector companies or non-IP intensive sector company, every company has their own innovation, their own trade secret, their own customer base, their own technologies, know-how, and every company would like to protect that. So for companies ready for getting to the production, like I mentioned, after the phase of the research and development phase, when the innovation is created, and company will take that innovation to go to the manufacturing phase, and company will need to hire worker to produce the product, goods and services to bring to the market. So in our study, we also identify that education is one of the two elements, major elements for innovation. Education helps to train worker to be skilled worker, and via two channels. The first channel is the workers working in the research and development phase, like a scientist, engineer. But after the innovation is created, then the idea will bring into the manufacturing process. And company will need to have a skilled worker to produce that product.
It means the first investment that we have to input more to R&D. Yeah. And how about the branding? You talk about Coca-Cola brand quite much money. Is it how much the cost for Coca-Cola trademark?
That's correct. For company to create the brand, it will take investment, it will take cost. To create, for example, Coca-Cola, you mentioned that there's valuation for the brand of Coca-Cola is $80-some billion for just the mark. For example, the Vietnamese company now spend resources to create the brand, and that will be the asset for the company. For a Vietnamese textile company to create a brand so that you can export with your brand and you bring the value of your product higher. That is an innovation for companies in the non-IP intensive sectors. As I understand that Vietnamese has a lot of IT companies, and that is an IP intensive industry. So when those Vietnamese companies put more resources in to create a brand, they will sell their product with a higher price in the global market. And that is the point to show that Vietnamese economy will gain from TPP because Vietnam is a net exporter, at least to the US market.
You also just mentioned about education and training, and you are a professor already at George Washington University. Could you tell us the experience from the US, how they use university, how they use education system to promote IB, to promote the talent, to make value for their industry?
Interesting that we just finished a project to assess the economic contribution of education to IP-intensive sectors. Education trained workers, and workers of the IP-intensive industry and innovators can be scientists, engineers, can be the workers work in the factory with the new skill, with the highly skilled, and that is another benefit for a country. The benefit is a spillover effects, that after the labor force is highly skilled, with the highly skilled, after they are trained and they have the skill to move to another sectors, and that is how you improve the standard of living. And in our research, if you see that there is a section that we analyze, we show the IP protection level and the GDP per capita. There is a strong positive relationship between the IP protection and GDP per capita.
And we need a very strong collaboration between education sector and business sector.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Nam.
Thank you for the opportunity to talk with the BNC today.
Thưa quý vị, chúng ta đã có cuộc trao đổi tuy ngắn ngủi với tiến sĩ Phạm Đình Nam về đề tài các cái lợi ích của TPP và những thách thức đặt ra cho doanh nhân. Đặc biệt là chúng ta đã nghe thấy vấn đề giáo dục, vấn đề sở hữu trí tuệ là hai vấn đề mới mà chúng ta cần chú ý khi thực hiện TPP. Chúng tôi xin hẹn gặp lại quý vị trong các chương trình cận cảnh sắp tới.